The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who lived in a land of deep darkness, on them light has shined. We can see the light from afar, and however little, however tremulous, light dispels darkness and attracts the eyes of people. We, who were originally created to be in the light, live in deep and utter darkness. When we attempt to look around us, darkness blinds our hearts, clouds our minds, and crushes our souls. Darkness jumps at us in our suffering, in our hunger, in our poverty, in our wars, in our prejudices, in our anger, in our selfishness, in our greed, in our sin. We cannot see. But at this time of the year, God reminds us when darkness is at its worst, His light has shined, and all of us are called to turn our eyes to it and walk toward the light that has come into the world. The presence of God's light does not reveal itself in neon signs, but it is a light that challenges us to look at the most improbable places and invites us to walk to those places so that we may be saved. The light of God first shone in a manger. After all places have been closed to the Son of God, He found a place among the animals. And the rejection of some created a space open to all. And angels came and celebrated Him. And shepherds came and worshiped Him. And later, wise men came from other countries and worshiped Him. And today, we are invited to the manger, to the place of a humble beginning, to kneel together with all, across all times, to worship Him. As we kneel before the child in the manger, light will shine around us and dispel our darkness. But not all who came to Him came to worship Him. Some came to reject Him and to destroy Him. And that response followed Him throughout His life and took Him to the cross. At the cross, the world was thrown in total and complete darkness. But there, the light shone again. And all of us are again invited to look at the cross and to walk towards the cross so that light may shine in us and through us. At the cross, the place of a disgraced end, we are called to kneel together. All of us from everywhere, from anywhere, as we are, to worship Him. And the light at the cross will forgive our sins, create in us a new beginning. But at the cross, He also was rejected. Some came to crucify Him and to destroy Him. And the outcome seemed that all hopes of all humanity died with Him. At the cross, we were left with profound sorrow and despair, and that took Him to a tomb. In the tomb, He was locked in, sealed, and left out as a failed project, and darkness once again surrounded the world. But at the tomb, the light shone with such brightness that humanity could finally realize that the light of Christ had come to bring life and to shine in the darkness so that darkness could not ever overcome it. And we are invited to come to the tomb, not any longer to worship him there, but to see it empty, and from it to follow him as the people who saw the light. And the light at the empty tomb will shine in the world and transform it. Thus today, we come in response to the invitation of God incarnate, the Word who became flesh. We come to the manger. We follow him to the cross. And we proclaim him from the empty tomb. Come, let us adore him. Come from your personal darkness, from the suffering that you have endured, from the sin that has distorted you, to the hope that's evident as his light shines in you and dispels darkness, despair, and sin. Come. Let us adore him who is our light. Come from your own place, with your own language and culture. Come. Let us worship him who is the light of the nations. Come. Let us adore him, Christ the Lord.